Well, the Houston Bonsai Society is here in West Chase. We're at the Marriott right over here off of Westheimer. Let me tell you something, Ken, I have never walked into a space, a convention much like this anywhere in my entire life. Bonsai on the Bayou, an international convention. This is incredible.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Hey, let's just tell our viewers a little bit about what is happening here. You've got over 100 different vendors on display. You guys are here this entire weekend until 5 o'clock today, until noon. I'm sorry, what time on Sunday?
So it's from 9 till 5 today,
okay.
9 till 5 on Saturday, and then from 8 until 12 on Sunday.
Until 12, okay.
Yes,
Well, for people who don't know much about bonsai, I didn't know that Houston had such a great bonsai community.
Well, we actually have one of the strongest bonsai societies in North America. We've grown significantly over the last 10 or 15 years. Bonsai is just something that some people who like, working with trees or working with plants, and then also somebody who likes to be an artist can combine those two talents and do. So it's a little niche that's growing and growing.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. I want to just have you guys look around this room. This is the vendor room, and
Right.
lots of things for sale in here. You've got everything from trees to pots to accessories to the different scissors you use to trim these trees.
Right.
I mean, what are we looking at today? This is an incredible display of not just local artists, right?
Exactly. A lot of people who have seen a bonsai tree might have seen the show Karate Kid.
Oh, yeah.
And so everybody might see a juniper and say, oh, that's a bonsai tree.
Right.
But if you look around the room, you'll see jades and elms and maples and all different types of trees.
Yeah, so exactly what you said. When I look at this tree, I can go, that's the one that I saw in the movie. I know
Exactly.
that's a bonsai
Yes.
tree. But come this way. This
Sure.
is the one that we were just looking at, but I had no idea. I would not look at this tree and go, this is a bonsai tree, right?
Well, this is actually a pre-bonsai.
A pre-bonsai.
So this is a trident maple, and somebody probably grew this in a field.
Okay.
And once the trunk reaches a good thickness, because we want a good thick trunk for a
Yep.
good specimen bonsai, they'll go out in the tree, out in the field, they'll dig the tree up, chop it off, and then they'll start to regrow these branches and train the branches with wire until they develop the silhouette that we'll be talking about, I think, in that next segment.
It's all
right?
about the silhouette, and it's all about the branches. You think it's all about the leaves, but it's actually not, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. I also want to point out some of these over here. You have every size, every kind of tree from all over, not just Texas, right?
Right, right. But like this is a Shimpaku juniper. We have junipers. We have jades. So we have tropical trees. I was telling you about the tropical artist we have here, who's one of the world's leading tropical bonsai artists. Ficus, like you would buy for a house plant,
Yeah.
can actually be trained into a bonsai tree as well.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. As a beginner, I don't know much about bonsai, but could
Okay.
I take a tree home? Is it an easy hobby to pick up?
If you were going to get started on bonsai, I would probably make a few recommendations on the species of tree that you would start with, because some of them are more challenging. The junipers, what people say about junipers is they always live in wire, which means you have to learn the techniques of bonsai styling with wire in order to train this tree.
And you pointed something really special out about this tree. I want our
yeah.
viewers to see this. Now, it had a piece of dead branch on here, but you were able to save the tree from the one living branch that is now the vein giving out to these
Exactly. So in bonsai, rather than cutting off a dead branch, what we'll do is we'll strip off the bark and we'll create what is called a jin. And if you look, this whole area has died, but on the side here, the brown part is the living vein that is creeping up here with the dead on both sides and feeding the life of this branch.
This is so incredible, and you guys are going to have some key speakers, some special guests, lots of merch that are going to be sold throughout the entire weekend.
Right.
This is so much fun. Where can we get more information? Because it's a free event.
Sure. Well, we're going to be here at 2900 Briar Park Drive at the Marriott West Chase. Today, like I said, from 9 to 5.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 9 to 5. And then Sunday from 8 until 12. The vendors are going to be here till 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So if you come after church, you can still have time to come and pick up some bonsai tchotchke. And then...
Houston Bonsai Society.
Oh, yeah. If you want some information, just go to HoustonBonsaiSociety.com. Look up Bonsai on the Bayou, and everything is there.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, don't go anywhere, because you guys, he has promised me that I'm going to be able to trim one of these bonsai
You can
trees
do it.
coming back in just a little bit. Yeah. You have faith in me. I can do this.
I do.
All right.
Yes.
Justin and
No
Tessa,
doubt.
I hope you have some faith in me as well. We'll be back from this convention in just a
We
minute.
totally do. I didn't know there were so many different kinds of bonsai trees. Justin and I are over here like, we thought there was only one
Little
kind.
tiny ones, yeah.
We're learning so much. Okay. We'll see you soon, Lauren, and great responsibility coming up for you. She's going to trim one. Okay.
Well, Bonsai on the Bayou, an international convention, is happening this weekend, and I have already learned so much. And like you said, Ken, I will never look at trees the same ever again after being in here.
That's right. Once you've seen a bonsai tree, you'll look at every tree and think, oh, I could do that with bonsai.
I could make that into a bonsai. Absolutely. So just take a look down here. This is just one of the many aisles here in the exhibition portion of the convention. This is fascinating because I only have one bonsai tree when I think of it, because we've all been conditioned by Karate Kid, the movie, and of course that's the one that we see all the time.
The juniper.
The juniper. There are many, many different kinds.
Well, what we say in bonsai is almost any kind of tree can be a bonsai.
Okay.
But here's a special one.
Yeah, tell me about this one, because look at
this
the
is a
trunk of
juniper
this.
we were just talking about.
It's a large one.
And believe it or not, this is probably anywhere from 500 to 800 years old.
What? Oh,
this
that's crazy.
This tree was believed to have been dug by the founder of American bonsai, John Naka.
Wow.
So it's still thriving, still doing very well after
amazing.
all of these years.
And you know, when we talk about all the different kinds, I want to mention that this one right here that we're about to talk about doesn't have any leaves on it, but it's still a perfect example of the different bonsai that you can have.
Exactly. So there's different ways to show bonsai. You can either show a bonsai in leaf, like this one here.
Like this one.
Same type of tree, but this one here is shown what they call in a winter silhouette.
Yeah.
So what we do is we defoliate the entire tree and we show it like it would be if it was a deciduous tree, like an oak tree that loses all of its leaves in the wintertime.
I have to tell you, this looks so beautiful. It looks fake. It looks fake because look at this moss on the bottom. It's perfectly green. It looks like it's a fake piece of art.
Right. It's not just a house plant. It's an artistic, living piece of life.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
beautiful,
so
beautiful tree.
Now
I'm glad
we've
you
got
like
to get into how we take care of this.
Okay.
And this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, is trim and prune a bonsai tree. So let's figure out how we're going to do this here, because you told me that there are definitely certain instructions that you have to follow when doing this.
Right. Well, this tree is in training, and if you look, it's got wire, it has guide wires, it has all these things working on it already to manipulate it into a position that makes it look artistic.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we want to reclaim the silhouette that you can kind of see here. It's kind of like a little domey top.
Giving it a haircut. Like when your hair is too wiry and too long, you have to trim it back.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you show us first what it's going to look like with what I'm going to do.
I've been doing this a long time. Remember, this one has needles, so you want to be careful. So I just kind of grab it like this, and I start cutting back. And I can do it kind of fast.
Yeah, you're quick.
Yep, and you can kind of see what's going on,
Okay.
So now we've kind of brought back the silhouette in this area. So why don't you give it a shot?
Okay, so if I'm going to go to this branch right here, would this little spot be a nice spot to cut to kind of run it out to where you have been?
Yeah, you've got a leaf coming out this way, and then you have another one coming out this way. There's all kinds of things that we could talk about that, but that looks pretty good.
I'm going to go for it. All right, here we go.
Perfect.
Yay!
Try it again.
I did it.
Try it again.
What about this one? Would it be like right here? Is that too far in?
Go ahead, give it a shot.
Just go ahead.
I don't know that I would have done it exactly like that. No, just kidding.
Did I ruin it already? All right, let me do one more.
We always have to give everybody a hard time when they're pruning.
On the top.
You're exactly right.
Like, would it be right here? Okay. Oh, there are some spikes on this one. Okay.
It's good that you left that little space right there, because if it does die back, this leaf will still survive.
Okay. Well, Ken, I'm just going to go ahead and take this home with me. If you're okay.
Yeah. As long as you bring it back, you're welcome to come and trim my trees anytime.
HoustonLife.tv if you want more information on this amazing convention happening through the weekend. Ken, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is fascinating, and I think that I found a new hobby.
Okay, as soon as we get off air, we got to finish trimming the tree.
Okay, I'm going to finish. You heard it. Justin and Tessa, back to you guys in studio.
Lauren, you were so brave with that. I thought you were going to be making these little cuts. You went right in there.
Yeah.
Brave girl. Okay, teaching us